A long time ago, in a small village in Baharistan, lived a poor potter named Allison Basta. Every day, he worked hard making clay pots. In the evenings, he loaded the pots onto his donkey and went to the city to sell them. Even though he worked very hard, life was still difficult for him. Near the village was a thick forest where a dangerous lion lived. The lion often attacked people and their animals. The villagers tried many times to catch it, but the lion always escaped. People became so scared that they stayed inside their homes at night, but Allison Basta continued his daily work. He dug clay, shaped it into pots, dried them under the sun, and baked them in a kiln. One day, after a long and tiring day, he came back from the city. He was so exhausted that instead of tying his donkey in the stable, he tied it to a tree and went to sleep. That night, a strong storm hit the forest. Trees fell, lightning flashed, and thunder roared. The lion, scared of the storm, ran out to find a safe place. It found an old abandoned hut and hid inside, then fell asleep. Late at night, heavy rain woke Allison. He suddenly remembered his donkey outside. Worried it was getting soaked, he rushed out. But when he reached the tree, the donkey was gone. Only the broken chain was left. Allison panicked and thought the donkey had run off to find shelter. He searched in the rain for an hour and reached the abandoned hut. When lightning flashed, he saw a large animal sleeping near the door. Thinking it was his donkey, he shouted, "There you are! I've been looking for you for an hour." But it wasn't his donkey, it was the lion. Because it was dark, Allison couldn't tell the difference. Angry, he slapped the lion on the head and back many times, then climbed onto its back and pulled the rope, scolding it as if it were his donkey. The lion was terrified and didn't move. It quietly obeyed. Allison brought the lion home, tied it to a tree, and went back to sleep. The next morning, villagers were shocked to see the fierce lion tied outside Allison's house. News spread quickly, and everyone praised Allison for his bravery. But he was confused and said he just brought his donkey home. When he looked carefully, he realized the truth: it was the lion, not his donkey. Meanwhile, King Daragal of Baharistan worried about a nearby kingdom, Dagestan, which had a huge army and wanted to invade. One of his ministers said, "Your Majesty, we have a brave man in our kingdom, Allison Basta, the potter who caught a lion with his bare hands. He should be our commander." The king agreed and sent for Allison. Allison was shocked. He thought it was a mistake, but he couldn't refuse. The king welcomed him and told him to return the next day to take command of the army. Allison was scared and confused, thinking, "How did I go from making pots to leading an army?" At home, Allison blamed the lion, saying he would still be a potter if the lion had not caused trouble. His wife smiled and told him this was good luck and that better days were coming. The next day, Commander Allison Basta went to the palace. The king gave him full control of the army. Allison was still unsure of himself, but he remembered his wife's words and tried to act confident. Soon, news came that the enemy army was coming. Allison knew he couldn't win through fighting alone, so he made a clever plan. He told his soldiers to gather all donkeys, horses, and cattle from nearby villages. At night, he tied burning torches to the animals' backs and sent them running toward the enemy camp. From far away, the lights looked like thousands of soldiers attacking. The enemy panicked and ran away. To keep them scared, Allison spread rumors loudly, saying, "Our soldiers train by wrestling lions." A spy heard this and told the enemy king. When the enemy king heard that Allison had captured a lion with his bare hands, he became scared and agreed to make peace. The war ended. The king of Baharistan was very happy and rewarded Allison with gold, land, and a high rank in the royal court. Allison's life completely changed. From a poor potter, he became a respected and wealthy commander. But he remained humble and thankful. One day, his wife said, "See? Sometimes a problem becomes a blessing. If the lion had not come into our lives, we would not be here today." Allison laughed and agreed. He said he never imagined that mistaking a lion for his donkey would change his life. This story teaches us that courage, quick thinking, and believing in yourself can help you overcome any difficulty. Sometimes unexpected problems can turn into great opportunities. True success is not only about power or wealth, but also about staying humble, thankful, and making the best of every situation.